Okay, before we'll start, let us all pray first. Miss Tapia.
Okay, so let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, as we prepare to start our virtual class, may confidence be our foundation, may grace be our guide, and may hope be our compass towards a brighter future. We pray that we would have eyes to see the needs of those around us and a heart to love well. May we face each day with positivity, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we do not have to face it alone. We ask all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good day, everyone. So we are the group 7 and our assigned subject is technology in teaching and learning and current trends in education. So we are all excited to be here today to present the rationalization of the questions. But before that, let me call on Miss Saplot and Venci to share the background of our subject.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yasmin.
Okay, thank you. So tonight, before we begin our rationalization, we are going to um, explain first or have a background of the subject, which is we are going to cover two subjects, which is the technology in teaching and learning and current trends in the education. Okay, so I'm going to have a background of the subject first in the technology and teaching and learning. So this subject has a two parts, which is also called the TTL, right? The TTL one and the TTL two. So the technology for teaching and learning one is an introductory course that explores basic knowledge, skills, and values in the use of technology for teaching and learning. It covers topics such as ICT policies, safety issues, media, learning theories, and assessment tests that utilize appropriate traditional and innovative technologies. While the technology for teaching and learning too is a course that focuses on the use of ICT materials for teaching and learning in a discipline. The course covers the application, design, production, utilization, and evaluation of ICT materials aligned to the K 12 curriculum. The course is offered for various subject specialization and other related programs. So that is all for the technology in teaching and learning. Now let us proceed to the other subject.
Okay, now let's proceed about background of current trends in education. We all know that education always changing to meet the needs of students, not just only students, teacher, and society. That explores some key trend shaping learning today. First is technology. Technology is transforming education. Tools like tablet, cell phone, laptop, online platform, and educational apps make learning more flexible and accessible. Personalized learning is another trend, allowing students to learn at their own pace using tools that adapt to their needs. We also see more project-based learning, where students work on real-world problems, building critical thinking and collaboration skills. Social emotional learning is gaining attention too, focusing on teaching students how to manage emotion, building relationships, and make responsible decisions. Inclusion and diversity are more becoming priorities, ensuring every student feels value no matter what their background and abilities. Global learning is also on the rise, encouraging students to explore their culture and think globally. Another exciting trend is STEAM education, science, technology, and engineering, arts, and math, blending creativity with technical skills to prepare students for future challenges. Lastly, lifelong learning is becoming important, with people continuing to learn new skills throughout their lives. So this trend show how education is evolved to prepare us for fasting, to fast changing world. So by staying open to new ways of learning, we can make the most of our education and get ready for the future. So why it is important to understand the current trends in education. It is important because it helps us to adapt the change and take advantage for new opportunities. Trends like technology, personalized learning, and social emotion learning make education more effective, accessible, and engaging. So by knowing this trend, we can prepare for the future, develop valuable skills, and connect to real-world challenges. It also helps students, teachers to improve their methods, and school create a positive learning environment or better learning environment. In short, staying informed about these trends help us to grow as a student and as individuals. So ready to face the world. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Saplot and Miss Venci. And now let us start with the rationalization. So for the first question, this refers to the advancement in the methods and tools people use to solve problems and achieve a goal. A. Computer. B. Gadgets. C. Technology. D. ICT. So the correct answer for this one is letter C. Technology. But before that, let's go on with why the other options are incorrect. So for A, computer, so this is incorrect because computer is a device, not the broader concept of advancements in methods and tools. So for letter B, gadgets, this is also incorrect because this is about specific devices, not the overarching concept. And D, this is also incorrect because ICT, which is also known as Information and Communications Technology, this refers to the use of technology specifically for information and communication purposes, which is narrower than technology. And the correct answer is C. Technology refers to the application of knowledge, tools, and techniques to solve problems and achieve goals. So once again, for number 1, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, next number 9. Okay, so for number 2, so this is much sought breakthrough that changed many aspects of humans' life, most essentially the educational realm. A. Computer. B. Gadgets. C. Technology. D. ICT. So the correct answer for this is letter D. ICT. So first, let's go on with the incorrect options, which is A, B, and C. So for A, which is computer, this refers to a specific device again. So this is not the broader concept of ICT. And for B, gadgets are tools, but the term does not emphasize the impact on the educational realm. And C, technology, this is broader, but the focus here is on ICT, which is directly tied to education. So, which is why the correct answer is letter D, ICT. So, ICT has revolutionized communication and information sharing, greatly influencing education by enabling digital learning, online collaboration, and virtual classrooms. So, once again, for number 2, the correct answer is letter D. Okay, so for number 3, it is an electronic device that can execute instructions or commands to accept actions or commands to accept data input and process them to to produce and store useful information, which is output. So the correct answer for this one is letter A, which is computer. But first, for the incorrect, which is the BCD, so B, gadgets, is also incorrect because this is too broad and does not exclusively refer to devices that process data as described. So C is incorrect because technology is the broader application of knowledge, not a device. Letter D, ICT, is also incorrect because it focuses on information and communication rather than the processing described, which is why letter A, computer, is the correct answer because it fits the definition as it processes input, executes instructions, and produces or stores output. So once again, for number 3, the correct answer is letter A. So for number 4, among the statements which best defines the term digital in the context of electronic technology. So a system that uses only visual signals to process information. B, an analog technology that manipulates continuous data. C, an electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data in terms of two states, which is positive 1 and non-positive 0. Or D, a technology that converts sound waves into mechanical vibrations. So the correct answer for number 4 is letter C. But before that, for the incorrect ones, which is A, B, and D. So A, this is incorrect because a system that uses only visual signals does not represent digital technology. B, an analog technology contrasts with digital. Analog processes continuous data, not binary. So for letter D, a technology that converts sound waves into mechanical vibrations describes analog sound systems, not digital technology. So which is why letter C is the correct answer, which is an electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data in terms of two states, positive and non-positive. So for number 4, the correct answer is letter C. So for number 5, in your daily task, how would being computer literate help you use technology effectively? So the correct answer for this one is letter B. But first, let's break down why the others are incorrect. So for letter A, troubleshooting and repairing hardware is more technical and not the core of being computer literate. So for letter C, writing complex programming code is related to programming skills, not basic literacy. For letter D, designing computer networks, this is an advanced skill beyond the scope of general computer literacy, which is why the correct answer is letter B. It would help me use computers and technology efficiently because computer literacy involves knowing how to use computers effectively to complete the task. So the correct answer for number 5 once again is letter B. Okay, so number 6, what explains the role of computer-based instruction in technology? A. Using computers to replace traditional teaching methods entirely. B. Using computers to teach students how to build educational software. C. Using computers and educational software to enhance daily classroom curriculum. D. Using computers solely for grading and administrative tasks. So the correct answer is letter C. So let's rationalize why others are incorrect. So for letter A, replacing traditional methods entirely, this is not the goal because technology complements rather than replaces. So for letter B, it is also incorrect because teaching students to build educational software is not the primary focus of computer-based instruction. D. Solely for grading and administrative tasks overlooks the broader instructional role. So the correct answer is letter C, which is using computers and educational software to enhance daily classroom curriculum. Because computer-based instruction supports teaching and learning by providing digital tools and software to enhance the traditional curriculum. So once again, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so for number 7 in a high school, teachers primarily use PowerPoint presentations and digital videos to enhance their lessons. So some students are allowed to use tablets for certain activities, but the curriculum is still largely teacher-centered, and ICT tools are used to supplement traditional teaching. So which phase of ICT evolution is this school currently in? So A, emerging, B, applying, C, infusing, or D, transforming. So the correct answer for this one is B. But first, let's break down why the other options are incorrect. So first, we have A, emerging describes minimal or experimental ICT usage, which is not the case here. So C, infusing, This involves more student-centered learning with ICT embedded across the curriculum. D. Transforming. This refers to a stage where ICT leads to a fully redefined student-driven learning environment, which is not evident in the scenario. So the correct answer for this one is B. Applying. Because in the applying phase, ICT tools are used to supplement teaching in a teacher-centered approach. So the description matches this phase because the use of PowerPoint and the tablets enhances lessons without fully transforming pedagogy. So once again, the correct answer for number 7 is letter B.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. Now let's proceed for number 8. A school has noticed that while most students can efficiently use basic software like word processor and presentation tools, they struggle with troubleshooting technical issue and understanding the underlying function of computer hardware and networks. Based on this information, how would you analyze the level of computer literacy of the students? A. The students are highly computer literate because they can use software efficiently. B. The students are moderately computer literate because they can use basic software but lack deeper technical skills. C. The students are not computer literate at all since they struggle with technical issues. D. The students have mastered computer literacy as defined by their ability to use computer efficiently. So the correct answer, letter B. So why letter B is correct answer? Because computer literacy includes more than just using software. It also involves understanding how computer work and solving technical problems. The student can use basic tools like word processor, but they struggle with troubleshooting and understanding hardware. So this means that they have some knowledge, but are not fully skilled. So moderately computer literate is the best description. So before that, before we proceed to number 9, so why other options are wrong? For letter A, the students are highly computer literate because they can use software efficiently. This is incorrect because I'm saying they are highly literate and is not accurate because they lack technical knowledge. So now let's proceed other option. Letter C, the students are not computer literate at all since they struggle with technical issue. It is an incorrect because they are not completely computer illiterate since they can use basic software. So it is incorrect. So now let's proceed other option. Letter D. Um, it is incorrect because mastering computer literacy requires both basic skills and technical understanding, which they don't have. So, again, for the number 8, the correct answer is letter B. So, now let's proceed for number 9. Okay. Which options breaks down the components of the computer system and their functions accurately? A. Input devices are responsible for storing data, while output devices process it. B. The storage devices control data flow between the processor of communication equipment. C. The per- the processor performs computation, storage devices hold data, and input or output devices handle data in entry and display. For letter D, communications, equipment manage data storage and output or input devices handle processing tasks. So the correct answer is letter C. So why letter C is the correct answer? Because the processor perform um, computation. This option correctly explain how computer works. So the processor does the calculation and runs the programs, while the storage device save the data. Input device let user enter data, and while the output devices display results. So why other options are incorrect? For letter A, it is incorrect because input devices don't store data, while output devices don't also process it. So it is incorrect. So now let's proceed other option. Letter B. It is incorrect because the storage devices save data, but they don't control how to move it. So now let's proceed other option. Letter D. It is incorrect because the communication equipment helps send data over networks but doesn't manage the storage or processing. So again, the correct answer for letter 9 is letter C. So now let's proceed for number 10. When creating a presentation, which type of data would you incorporate to enhance visual communication? A. Any media that can be heard. B. Any media that can be seen. C. Any media that can be read. D. Any media can be touched. So the correct answer is letter B. So why letter B is correct answer? Because visual communication means sharing ideas through image, videos, graphs, and other things that you can see. Adding media can be seen makes a presentation more engaging and easier to understand. So why other option are incorrect? For letter A, it is incorrect because media you hear, like audio, doesn't help with visual communication. So for letter C, it is incorrect answer because media that you read, like text, it's part of visual but is not as effective as an image or video. So it is incorrect. For letter D, it is incorrect also because media that can be touched, like physical object, is not related to visual communication. So again, for once again, the correct answer for number 10 is letter B. So now proceed for number 11. These are two types of non-project visual. A. Slides and videos. B. Charts and posters. C. Podcasts and audiobooks. D. Live performance and film. So the correct answer is letter B. So what is correct answer? Because non-project visual are physical items like charts and posters, and that don't need to dili need nila ang kanang projector or screen, and they are simple tools that teacher can use in classroom without electronic devices. So why other option are incorrect? For letter A, it is incorrect because slide and video are project visual because they require a screen. For letter C, it is incorrect answer because podcasts and audiobooks are for listening and not seeing. So and lastly for letter D, option D, um, live performance and films are dynamic and not static visual like poster and chart. So for letter A, C, and D is incorrect answer. So the correct answer for number 10 is letter B. So now let's proceed for number 12. What statement explains how project visuals differ for non-project visual? A. Project visuals are always colorful. B. Project visual are displayed on a screen, while non-project visual are tangible item. C. Project visual cannot be used for teaching. D. Non-project visual are more effective than project visual. So the correct answer is letter B. Why? Because project visual like slides or video needs devices like projectors to show them. So non-project visual like charts or models are physically object don't require electronics. So why other option are wrong? For letter A, it is incorrect answer because um, project visual are not always colorful. Usahay mogamit sila kanang two colors, three colors, and four colors only. For letter C, it is correct answer because it is incorrect answer because project visual are very useful in teaching and widely useful in classroom also. For D, it is incorrect answer because both types can be effective depending on the lesson. So So one is not always better than other. So again, the correct answer for number 12 is letter B. So now let's proceed for number 13. What shows a compare and contrast on the two forms of visual media and their effectiveness in the classroom? A, excuse me. A, videos are boring, charts are colorful. B, both videos and charts engaging students, but videos provide dynamic visuals while charts present static information. C, videos are only effective for high school students, charts are only effective for elementary students. D, there is no difference, both serve the same purposes. So the correct answer is letter B. So why letter B is correct answer? Because video are dynamic. They show motion and can explain processes step by step, making them exciting and interactive. Charts are static. They present clear information in one image, like data or comparisons. Both are useful but serve different purposes in teaching. So why other options are wrong? For letter A, it is incorrect because this is just an option and it doesn't explain the real differences. So other option, letter C is an correct answer because both videos and charts can work for all age groups is if used well. So, so now proceed other option. Letter D, it is incorrect answer because videos and charts have clear differences. So it's wrong to say that serve same purposes. So again, for number 13, the correct answer is letter B.
Okay, for number 14, how does the use of visual media enhance student engagement during lessons? Letter A, visual media can distract students. B, visual media does not impact engagement. C, visual media can create interactive experiences and maintain attention. D, visual media is only for recreational purposes. So the answer is letter C, visual media can create interactive experiences and maintain attention. So why? Because visual media can create interactive experiences that hold students' attention. Interactive whiteboards, digital simulations, and videos can provide opportunities for students to actively participate in learning, making the process more enjoyable and memorable. Visuals can also help break down complex concepts into simpler, more digestible chunks, making it easier for students to process new information. So let's rationalize why the other options are incorrect. So for letter A, visual media can distract students. So the statement is partially true. So while visual media can be distracting if not used strategically, it can also be a powerful tool for capturing attention and maintaining focus. The key lies in selecting appropriate and relevant visuals that align with the lesson's objectives. If the visuals are irrelevant or too stimulating, they can indeed become a distraction. However, well chosen visuals can help students stay engaged and focused on the material. For letter B, visual media does not impact engagement, so this statement is incorrect. Visual media has a demonstrable impact on student engagement. Research shows that people remember 80% of what they see compared to only 20% of what they read. So visuals can make learning more interactive and engaging, leading to better retention of knowledge. And lastly, for letter D, visual media is only for recreational purposes. So this statement is incorrect because visual media is not only for recreational purposes, it has also a significant role in education. Visuals can be used to illustrate concepts, explain processes, and summarize information, making them an invaluable resource for learners. Visuals can be incorporated into various learning activities, including lectures, discussions, group projects, and assessments. So once again, the answer to this number is letter C. Visual media can create interactive experiences and maintain attention. So number 15, what is audio media and how are they defined? Letter A, media that can be seen. B, media that can be manipulated. C, media that can be heard. And letter D, media that can be tasted. So the correct answer is letter C, media that can be heard. Why? Because it encompasses all forms of sound, including music, speech, sound effects, and recordings. Audio media is specifically designed to be experienced through the sense of hearing. So let's rationalize the other options, why they are incorrect. So for letter A, media that can be seen. So this describes visual media such as photographs, videos, and illustrations. So while audio media can be accompanied by visuals, it is not defined by its visual properties. So this statement is incorrect. For letter B, media that can be manipulated. So this is a broad definition that could apply to many types of media. So while audio media can be manipulated through editing and effects, this is not its defining characteristic. So this is also incorrect. For letter D, media that can be tasted. So this is not a definition of any type of media. The sense of taste is not typically associated with media consumption. So this is also incorrect. So the correct answer is letter C, media that can be heard. Number 16. Which statement explains the significance of audio media in enhancing learning experiences? A. It has no impact on learning. B. It provides auditory stimulation and supports diverse learning needs. Letter C. It only benefits auditory learners. And letter D. It is outdated and not used anymore. So, the correct answer is letter B. It provides auditory stimulation and supports diverse learning needs. So let's rationalize each option. So for letter A, it has no impact on learning. So this statement is incorrect. Audio media can significantly impact learning by engaging auditory learners, providing context for visual information, and offering a different perspective on learning material. So this is incorrect. Letter B, it provides auditory stimulation and supports diverse learning needs. So this is the most accurate statement. Audio media caters to different learning styles, particularly auditory learners who process information best through sound. It can also be used to enhance visual learning by providing background music, sound effects, or narration that complements visual content. For letter C, it only benefits auditory learners. So while audio media is particularly beneficial for auditory learners, it can also benefit other learning styles. For example, it can help visual learners remember information by associating it with a specific sound or song. So this statement is also incorrect. Letter D, it is outdated and not used anymore. So this statement is incorrect also. Audio media is still widely used in education, particularly in the form of podcasts, audiobooks, and online learning platforms. It is a valuable tool for engaging learners and providing access to information in a variety of formats. So the correct answer is letter B. It provides auditory stimulation and supports diverse learning needs. So for number 17, in what way would you utilize educational radio broadcasting to enhance your learning experience as a student? Letter A, it can provide a distraction during study time. B, it offers informative content and access to expert discussions. Letter C, it is primarily used for entertainment. And letter D, it is only beneficial for older students. So the most accurate answer to this number is letter B. It offers informative content and access to expert discussions. So let's rationalize each option. So for letter A, it can provide a distraction during study time. So while this is possible, it depends on the type of radio program and the student's focus. So educational radio programs are designed to be informative and engaging, but they can be distracting if they don't align with the student's current current learning needs. So this statement is incorrect. For letter B, it offers informative content and access to expert discussion. So this is the core benefit of educational radio broadcasting. It provides access to a wide range of topics, often presented by experts in their fields. This can supplement classroom learning, expose students to new perspectives, and deepen their understanding of subjects. So this statement is the best answer. Letter C, it is primarily used for entertainment. So while some radio programs are purely for entertainment, educational radio focuses on providing informative and educational content. So this statement is incorrect. So, and lastly, for letter D, it is only beneficial for older students. So, educational radio can benefit students of all ages. So, there are programs designed for younger learners as well as those tailored for older students. So, this statement is incorrect. So, the best answer to this number is letter B. It offers informative content and access to expert discussions. So, for number 18, what is the potential challenges of using audio media in the classroom? A. Limited access to technology. B. All students prefer visual media. Letter C. Audio media can disrupt the learning environment. And letter D. Both A and C. So the answer for number 18 is letter D. Both A and C. So let's rationalize why both A and C are the best, are correct. So for latter, a limited access to technology. So this is a significant challenge. Not all classrooms have reliable access to audio equipment such as speakers, headphones, or devices capable of playing audio files. This can limit the effectiveness of audio media in the classroom. And so for letter C, audio media can disrupt the learning environment. So this is a valid concern. If audio media is not used strategically, it can be distracting to students who are trying to focus on other tasks or learn through different methods. So the volume, content, and timing of audio playback must be carefully considered to avoid disrupting the learning environment. So letter A and C are the potential challenges in using audio media in the classroom. As for letter B, this statement is incorrect because while some students might prefer visual media, it's not a universal preference. There are many students who learn best through auditory means, and audio media can be a valuable tool for them. So the best answer is letter D, both A and C. For number 19, it is a key characteristic of someone with strong interpersonal intelligence. Letter A, they are highly organized and efficient in their work. B, they are skilled at understanding and responding to the emotions of others. Letter C, they are able to solve complex mathematical problems easily. And letter D, they have a strong memory for facts and details. So the correct answer is letter B. They are skilled in understanding and responding to the emotions of others. Why? Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to understand and interact effectively with other people. It involves being sensitive to their emotions, motivations, and perspective. So let's break down why the other options are incorrect. So for letter A, they are highly organized and efficient in their work. So this describes someone with strong practical intelligence or organizational skills, not necessarily interpersonal intelligence. So this is incorrect. For letter C, they are able to solve complex mathematical problems easily. So this is a characteristic of logical mathematical intelligence. So this statement also is incorrect. And for letter D, they have a strong memory for facts and details. So this is a characteristic of linguistic intelligence or memory. So this is incorrect. So the best answer is letter B. They are skilled in understanding and responding to the emotions of others. So for number 20, it is not a part of the multiple intelligences identified by Howard Gardner. Letter A, musical intelligence. B, kinesthetic intelligence. C, emotional intelligence. And letter D, spatial intelligence. So the answer is letter C, emotional intelligence. Why? So Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence identifies 8 distinct types of intelligence. So these are the musical intelligence, the ability to perceive, create, and understand music. Letter B, kinesthetic intelligence, the ability to control one's body movements and handle objects skillfully. Letter D, spatial intelligence, the ability to visualize, manipulate objects in space. So these three, the A, B, and D, are the Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. And emotional intelligence wasn't included in Howard Gardner's theory because it focuses more on managing emotion than cognitive abilities. So the best answer is letter C, emotional intelligence. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that, Miss Tapia, and my warm greetings to each and every one. So I hope I am clear at everybody's end. So let's move on to number 21. It focuses on learning as a mental operation that takes place when information enters through the senses, undergoes mental manipulation, is stored, and is finally used. So the correct answer here is letter D, cognitivist perspective. And let's find out why. So the cognitivist perspective focuses on the mental processes involved in learning, such as perception, memory, and problem solving. So it views learning as a process where information is received through the senses, processed mentally, stored, and then retrieved or applied. And the key word here is the word cognitive, which has something to do with our mental, minds are mental. And then let's find out what makes other choices wrong. So for letter A, constructivist perspective. So, constructivism that emphasizes building knowledge through experience and interaction. One more time, that emphasizes building knowledge through experience and interaction with the environment. And it does not primarily focus on operations like encoding, storing, and retrieval. So, letter B, we have behaviorist perspective. So, this emphasizes observable behaviors and the rule of reinforcement and punishment. So it doesn't have something to do with our mental, as this focuses on our individual behaviors. And then for social learning perspective, this focuses on learning through observing and modeling others' behavior rather than internal mental processing. So once again, the correct answer is letter D, cognitivist perspective. Now let's have number 22. Clarita is struggling to understand complex computer concepts. She finds it difficult to visualize abstract ideas and work with technical symbols. Teacher Leia wants to help Clarita by tapping into her strengths and musical intelligence. Which strategies would be most effective in this situation? Please scroll up. Kindly scroll up. Am I audible? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so the correct answer here is letter C, which is encouraging the student to use rhythm and movement to represent mathematical patterns. Okay, so encouraging the use of rhythm and the movement leverages musical intelligence while making abstract ideas more concrete. So it is an effective way to help Clarita visualize and work with complex concepts. So for letter A, B, and D, let's find out what makes them wrong. So for listening to music can create a calming environment, but it doesn't actively engage her musical intelligence to process complex concepts. And then creating a musical composition, this is sound way more creative, but may not directly help in understanding technical symbols or abstract concepts in computer science. So for letter D, writing a song about history. So this is somehow unrelated to the specific goal of understanding complex technical concepts. So once again, the correct answer is letter C, encouraging the student to use rhythm and movement to represent mathematical patterns. Okay, let's have number 23. Okay. So, what would be the appropriate activities to include if a teacher is designing a lesson based on principles of social learning theory? So, the correct answer for this one is letter C. Okay, organizing a group discussion where students share their perspectives and learn from each other. So, social learning theory, this emphasizes learning through observation, modeling, and interaction. So, group discussions allow students to share knowledge, observe others' ideas, and collaboratively build understanding. So that's the reason what makes it a correct answer. For let's have letter A, B, and D again, and what makes them wrong. So for letter A, providing a detailed lecture. So this is a one-way delivery of information and doesn't promote interaction of learning through observation. For letter B, independent practice problems. So while this practice helps reinforce learning, it does not involve social interaction, a core component of social learning theory. For letter D, which is giving student a quiz to assess their understanding of the material. So a quiz assess an understanding, but it doesn't involve a social process of learning through others. So once again, the correct answer, everyone, is letter C, organizing a group discussion where students share their perspectives and learn from each other. So let's have number 24. So, which approach would align with a cognitive constructivist perspective as opposed to a behaviorist perspective if teacher Trisha is designing a lesson on historical events while ensuring that students understand the context and causes of these events? Okay, so the correct answer for this one is letter B, having students role play historical figures to understand their motivations. So, role playing, as we all know, that encourages students to actively engage with historical events and construct their understanding by exploring the motivations and context of historical figures. So, this aligns with the cognitive constructivist perspective, which focuses on learning as an active process of meaning making. So let's have A, C, and D and what makes them wrong. So for letter A, presenting a clear timeline of events with dates and key figures. So this aligns more with behaviorism as it provides facts for memorization rather than active engagement. Now let's have letter C. So providing a list of key facts and dates for students to memorize. So similar to option letter A, this focuses on rote memorization rather than understanding context and causes. So for letter D, rewarding students for correctly answering questions about historical events. So this reflects behaviorist principles of reinforcement, not the active learning and context building emphasized in constructivism. Okay, so once again, the correct answer is letter B, having students role play historical figures to understand their motivations. At this juncture, let's have number 25. Teacher May believes that learning occurs best when students actively construct their own knowledge through exploration and problem solving rather and identify the theoretical foundation of learning that aligns with this belief. So the correct answer for this one is letter C, constructivism. So, constructivism emphasizes that students actively construct their own knowledge through exploration, inquiry, and problem solving. So, teacher May's belief aligns with this philosophy as she focuses on active student engagement. Now, let's have A, B, and D options and what makes them wrong. So for behaviorism, this only focuses on external reinforcement and observable behaviors, not on active exploration or problem solving. And for letter B, which is cognitivism, um, this focuses on mental processes like memory and attention, but doesn't emphasize the active construction of knowledge. And for letter D, which is the social learning theory, so while it involves interaction because from the word itself, social, however, it doesn't focus solely on individual exploration and problem solving. So once again, for number 25, the correct answer is letter C, constructivism. Now let's move on to number 26. Sarah loves to dance and express themselves through movement. They also excel at physical activities like sports. So, what type of multiple intelligence does this student demonstrate? So, the correct answer here from the word itself, likes to dance, we have letter B, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So, this type of intelligence is characterized by the ability to use one's body effectively for movement, expression, or even in skillful physical activities like sports. So Sarah's love for dance and physical activities perfectly aligns with this intelligence. So let's have A, C, and D and what makes them wrong. For musical intelligence, this intelligence involves sensitivity to rhythm and sound, which isn't Sarah's primary strength as described. So this focus on music. For letter C, interpersonal intelligence. So this relates to the social skills in understanding others, which is unrelated to Sarah's focus on physical activities. For letter D, which is spatial intelligence. So this intelligence involves visualizing and manipulating objects in space, which does not directly apply to Sarah's strengths and movement and sports. So for number 26, the correct answer is letter B, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. That would be all for my part. Thank you so much.
Let's proceed to the number 27. So, given that a student excels at creating detailed drawings, enjoys working with the visual aids, and has a strong sense of direction and spatial awareness, what type of intelligence is indicated by these traits? So, the choices are A, linguistic intelligence, B, logical mathematical intelligence, C, interpersonal intelligence, letter D is spatial intelligence. Now, let us rationalize each choices. So the letter A, linguistic intelligence, this type of intelligence involves sensitivity to spoken and written language, the ability to learn languages, and the capacity to use a language to accomplish a certain goals. So it is not the directly related to skills in creating a detailed drawings or spatial awareness. For the letter B, logical mathematical intelligence, this type of intelligence involves the capacity to analyze problems logically, carry out mathematical operations, and investigate issues scientifically. So it is more about reasoning and solving that visual or spatial skills. For the letter C, interpersonal intelligence, this type of intelligence involves the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. So it includes effective verbal and nonverbal communication, the ability to note distinctions among others, and the sensitivity to the moods and temperaments of others. So it does not relate to visual or spatial skills. So for the letter D, the spatial intelligence. So this type of intelligence involves ability to think in three dimensions. Core capacities includes the mental imagery, spatial reasoning, image manipulation, graphic and artistic skills, and an active imagination. Given the student's skills in creating detailed drawings, enjoying visual aids, and having a strong sense of direction and spatial awareness, this is the most appropriate type of intelligence. So, for the number 27, the correct answer is the letter D, spatial intelligence. So, let's proceed to the number 28. Which actions is considered the highest level of cognitive skills to Bloom's taxonomy? A. Describe, B. Analyze, C. Evaluate, D. Create. Now let's rationalize each choices. So this A describe that this action involves recalling and describing information, which is considered a lower level cognitive skill in Bloom's taxonomy. So it falls under the remember category. For the letter B, this action involves breaking down information into parts and understanding its structure. It is a higher level cognitive skill, but not the highest. So it falls under the analyzed category. So for the letter C, evaluate, this action involves making judgment based on the criteria and standards. So it is a high level cognitive skill, but not the highest. So it falls under the evaluate category. For the last choice is the letter D. This action involves putting together elements to form a new. So this is coherent whole or original product. It is considered the highest level of cognitive skills in the Bloom's taxonomy, as it requires synthesizing information and generating new ideas. So the correct answer is letter D, create. Now let us proceed to the number 29. In Bloom's taxonomy, understanding is demonstrated by A. Reciting a poem from memory, B. Comparing and contrasting two characters in a book, C. Designing an experiment, D. Evaluating the effectiveness of solution. So let's rationalize each choices. So A, reciting a poem from memory. This action demonstrates the ability to recall information, which falls under the remember category. So in Bloom's taxonomy, not understand. So again, it is remember. So for the letter B, comparing and contrasting two characters in a book, this action involves interpreting and explaining the similarities and differences between two characters, which demonstrates a deeper comprehension of the material. So this aligns with the understand category in Bloom's taxonomy. So this is the correct answer, letter B. Now, for the letter C, this is not the correct answer to design an experiment because this action involves creating a new plan or method, which falls under the create category, the highest level of Bloom's taxonomy. And lastly, the letter D. This is still not the correct answer. The evaluating the effectiveness of a solution. This action involves making judgment based on a criteria and standards, which falls under the evaluate category in Bloom's taxonomy. So the correct answer is again letter B, comparing and contrasting two characters in a book. Now let us proceed to the number 30. Which task requires the greatest ability to break down information and analyze its components? Letter A, identifying the main idea of a text. B, evaluating the quality of an argument. C, breaking down a concept into components. D, designing an experiment. So let's rationalize each choices. So, identifying the main idea of a text, these tasks involve understanding the central point or theme of a text, which is important but does not require breaking down information into its components. So, this is not the correct answer. Letter B, evaluating the equality of an argument. These tasks involve making judgment about the strength and validity of an argument, which requires analysis but does not necessarily breaking down information into its components. For the letter C, breaking down a concept into its components. So this is the correct answer. Why? Because this task directly involves analyzing and decon- deconstructing information into its parts to understand it better. So it requires the greatest ability to break down information and analyze its components. For the letter D, designing an experiment, this is not the correct answer because this task involves creating a plan or method for testing a hypothesis, which requires synthesis and creative rather than breaking down information into its components. So the answer, again, is letter C, breaking down a concept into its components. Down to number 31. Imagine you are tasked with a project that requires combining various ideas and elements. Which of the following tasks would you likely complete in this project? A. Describing a process. B. Applying a formula. C. Designing a new app. D. Analyzing data trends. So 31. So let's rationalize each choice. A. Describing a process. This task involves explaining the steps or stages of a process, which does not necessarily require combining various ideas and elements. The letter B, applying a formula. This task involves using a specific formula to solve a problem, which is more about applying existing knowledge rather than combining different ideas. Letter C, designing a new app. This task involves integrating various ideas and elements, such as user interface design, functionality, and user experience, to create a cohesive and functional application. It requires synthesis and creativity, making it the most appropriate choice for a project that combines various ideas and elements. So the letter C is the correct answer here. And lastly, for the letter D, analyzing data trends, this is not the correct answer because this task involves examining data to identify patterns or trends, which is more about breaking down information rather than combining different ideas. Again, the correct answer for the 31 is letter C, designing a new app. Let's proceed to the number 32. Who was cited as the father of the modern media and education? Letter A, Edgar Dale; B. Jerome Bruner; C. Benjamin Bloom; D. Max Engelhardt. So the answer for the number 32 is letter A, the Edgar Dale. Edgar Dale is known for his significant contributions to the field of educational media, including the development of the cone of experience, which is emphasizes the importance of using various media for effective learning. He is often referred to as the father of the modern media in education. So, why B, letter B, C, D is not the correct answer. So, Jerome Bruner is a renowned the psychologist who made significant contributions to cognitive psychology and educational theory, but he is not specifically known for his work in media and education. Letter C, Benjamin Bloom. He is a famous for creating Bloom's taxonomy, a framework for categorizing educational goals, but he is not associated with the development of modern media and education. Lastly, Max Engelhardt is not widely recognized in the context of modern media and education. So again, the correct answer is letter A, which is Edgar Dale. And then next for the number 33, Edgar Dale's cone of experience suggests that learning is most effective when it involves A. Listening to lectures, B. Visual aids, C. Abstract concepts, D. Direct purposeful experiences. So for the number 33, let's rationalize each choices. So A. Listening to lectures. While listening to lectures can be an effective way to learn, it is considered a more passive form of learning and does not engage multiple senses or provide practical application. So this is not the correct answer. Letter B, visual aids. This is also not the correct answer because visual aids can enhance learning by providing visual representations of information, but they are still not as effective as direct hands-on experience. And the letter C, abstract concept. Learning abstract concepts involves understanding ideas that are not concrete or tangible, which can be challenging and less effective without practical application. So this is not the correct answer. And lastly, the letter D, direct purposeful experience. Learning abstract, I mean, according to the Edgar Dale's cone of experience, learning is most effective when it involves direct purposeful experiences. These experiences engage multiple senses and provide practical application, making the learning process more meaningful and memorable. So again, the correct answer for the number 33 is letter D, direct purposeful experiences. So, and that is all, and thank you. Now let us proceed to the number 34.
Okay, now let's have number 34. How will this cone of experience help teachers in the teaching learning process? A. This will hinder teachers to plan lessons that engage multiple senses. B. Incorporates less interactive and concrete experiences. C. This caters to single learning styles and keeps lessons static. Or letter D, teachers can use the cone to break down complex concepts into more manageable experiential activities that build understanding step by step. So for this question, the answer is letter D. But before I give you the rationalization or the explanation why letter D is the correct answer, let's have first the rationalization for some other options why it's not correct. Okay, let's have first letter A. This will hinder teachers to plan lessons that engage multiple senses. So this statement is incorrect because the cone of experience, which is developed by Edgar Dale, emphasizes engaging multiple senses to enhance learning. It promotes using a variety of instructional methods from concrete experiences to abstract representations, which actually facilitates planning multisensory lessons. Letter B incorporates less interactive and concrete experiences. So this also is not correct because the code of experience advocates for including both interactive and concrete experiences. It encourages using real life activities and hands on learning at the lower levels of the cone, moving towards more abstract methods as students' understanding deepens. Letter C, this is also incorrect because the cone of experience is designed to cater to multiple learning styles and encourages dynamic and varied instructional approaches. It helps teachers create more engaging and flexible lessons that address different student needs and preferences. Now let's have the correct answer, letter D. So, letter D is the correct answer because the cone of experience helps teachers structure their lessons by starting with concrete experiential activities and gradually moving towards more abstract concepts. This step by step approach makes complex ideas more accessible and easier to understand for the students. So, again, the correct answer for number 34 is letter D. Now, let's have number 35. When planning a lesson and using Edgar Dale's cone of experience to choose an effective learning activities, which of the following purposes would guide your selection? Is it letter A to prioritize the use of textbooks in classrooms, B to illustrate the relative effectiveness of different types of learning experiences, C to show the importance of memorization in learning, or is it letter D to limit the use of multimedia in teaching? So for number 35, the correct answer is actually letter B. But before that, let's have first the rationalizations for other options. Let's have letter A to prioritize the use of textbooks now in classrooms. So this one is not correct because Edgar Dale's code of experience does not emphasize the prioritization of textbooks. Instead, it encourages a variety of instructional methods that engage different senses and learning styles, from direct experiences to verbal symbols. And the goal is to enhance learning by utilizing multiple types of experiences. Next, let's keep first letter B. Let's have letter C. Letter C is also not correct because while memorization can be a part of learning process, Dale's code of experience emphasizes experiential learning and the effectiveness of hands on activities rather than just focusing primarily on memorization. So it suggests that deeper understanding is achieved rather through more interactive and engaging activities. And then letter D is also not correct because the code of experience also not aimed to limit the use of multimedia. Rather, it integrates various forms of media to enhance the learning experience, and these multimedia can be an important part of the learning process. And for letter B, which is our correct answer for this question, so it's because the purpose of Dale's code of experience is to illustrate how different types of learning experiences, from direct and concrete to abstract, affect the learning process. So it highlights the importance of using a variety of teaching methods to cater to different learning needs and enhance the overall understanding. So again, the correct answer for number 34 is letter B. Now let's proceed to I mean, the correct answer for number 34 is letter B. Now let's proceed to number 30. Oh, wait. Let's proceed. That's the correct answer for number 35. Now let's proceed to number 36. Sorry for that. Let's have number 36. So when planning a lesson, I don't know, these are an essential skills for 21st century learners to thrive in education and future employment. Is it letter A, memorization and individual work, B, creativity and innovation, collaboration, and critical thinking and problem solving, letter C, rote learning and traditional methods, or is it letter D, following instructions without questioning? So for number 36, the correct answer is letter B. Why letter B? Okay, let's have first the rationalization of the correct answer. So, letter B is the correct answer because these skills, creativity and innovation, collaboration, and critical thinking and problem solving, are part or are essential for 21st century learners. So, creativity and innovation drive new ideas and solutions. Collaborations ensures effective teamwork, and critical thinking and problem solving enables learners to tackle complex challenges. That's why letter B is the correct answer. The other options, letter A, let's have letter A first. This is not correct because um while memorization and individual work have their place, they are not considered the primary skills that is needed for 21st century learners to thrive. So modern education and employment environments value skills that go beyond rote learning, focusing more on adaptability and collaboration. Also, letter C, it's not correct because rote learning and traditional methods are often seen as outdated in the context of 21st century education. So they focus on memorization and repetitive tasks, which do not adequately prepare learners for the dynamic and innovative nature of modern work environments, as well as letter D also. Because while we follow instructions, yes, following instructions is important, not questioning or critically assessing those instructions is detrimental to the development of critical thinking and problem solving skills. So that's why this is also not the correct answer. And again, the correct answer for number 36 is letter B. Now let's proceed to number 37. Okay, number 37. If you were analyzing images in a or graphics, images and graphics in a textbook, digital content, or newspaper, which type of literacy would you be using to interpret and create visual images or visual messages? Is it letter A, cyber learning literacy, B, text literacy, C, visual literacy, or letter D, distance learning literacy? So for number 37, the correct answer is letter C, the visual literacy. Okay, why is it the correct answer? Because visual literacy is the ability to interpret, to understand, and to create visual messages. Okay, and it involves analyzing and making meaning from images, graphics, and other visual media. So, in the context of textbooks, digital content, or newspapers, visual literacy is essential for understanding diagrams and other visual elements. Okay, so that's why letter C is the correct answer. How about letter A, B, and D? Why are these not the correct answer? So for letter A, cyber learning literacy, this term refers to the use of digital technologies to facilitate learning. So it does not specifically focus on the interpretation and the creation of the visual messages in images and graphics. Also, letter B, the text literacy, it involves the ability to read, to understand, and to interpret written words and text, and it doesn't specifically address the skills needed to analyze and create visual content, such as images and graphics. Also, with letter D, the distance learning literacy. So, distance learning literacy refers to the skills needed to effectively engage in learning activities that occur remotely, often through online platforms. So it doesn't really specifically focus on the interpretation and the creation of visual messages. So that's why number 37, the correct answer is letter C, visual literacy. Now let's proceed to number 38. Okay. Number 38 question is which of the following models emphasizes learning through a four-stage cycle consisting of concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation? Okay. The correct answer for number 38, we have letter D. Kolb's experiential learning theory. Okay, but before that, let's rationalize first A, B, and C. So why none of these is the correct answer? Fork model categorizes learners based on their preferred sensory modalities, such as visual, auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic. So it doesn't specifically describe a four-stage learning cycle like Kolb's model. Okay, next, the Mayer's cognitive styles. So Mayer's cognitive styles model focuses on individual differences in processing information, such as the field-dependent and field-independent cognitive styles. So it doesn't include a four-stage experiential learning cycle. Also, the letter C, the Fulder-Silverman learning styles model describes preferences on several dimensions, such as active or reflective and sensing or intuitive, and it doesn't outline a specific four-stage cycle of learning, which Kolb's experiential learning theory have. So Kolb's experiential learning theory emphasizes a four-stage learning cycle, wherein learners progress through concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and then active experimentation. So this model highlights the importance of experiential learning and continuous feedback in the learning process. So again, the correct answer for number 38 is letter D. Now let's proceed to number 39. Okay, the question for number 39 is why is creativity considered essential for 21st century learners? Is it letter A because it improves memorization skills? B, it allows learners to explore, to discover, and solve problems through innovation? Or letter C, it helps students avoid mistakes by following strict instructions? Or letter D, it encourages students to compete with their peers for better performance? Okay, for number 39, the correct answer for this is letter B. So this is the reason why creativity considered essential for the 21st century learner students or 21st century learners. So it allows learners to explore, to discover, and to solve problems through innovation. So this statement is correct because creativity is essential for 21st century learners since it fosters exploration, discovery, and problem solving. And in a rapidly changing world, the ability to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions is crucial. Creativity helps students adapt to new challenges and develop unique approaches to problems, which is vital for success in both education and future careers. Okay, let's rationalize other choices. Letter A, it improves memorization skills, is incorrect because while creativity can enhance engagement and interests, it doesn't primarily focus on improving the memorization skills. Letter letter C, it helps students avoid mistakes now by following strict instructions. So this one is also incorrect because creativity often involves taking risks and experimenting, which can lead to making mistakes and learning from them. So it is not really about strictly following instructions to avoid errors, but rather about thinking outside the box and finding new ways to be able to approach tasks and problems. And then for letter D, it's also not the correct answer because while creativity can inspire a healthy sense of competition, its primary focus is on individual exploration and innovation. So the goal is to enable learners to develop their unique ideas and solutions rather than competing for better performance based on conventional standards. And again, the correct answer for number 39 is letter B. Now let's proceed to number 40.
Okay, for number 40, distance learning literacy involves A, the ability to operate software programs on a computer system. B. Skills to communicate through visual media like images and chart. C. Designing and facilitating learning experiences when teachers and students are separated by time or distance. And letter D. Using digital tools to connect with people and resources beyond the classroom. So for number 40, the correct answer is letter C. Designing and facilitating learning experiences when teachers and students are separated by time or distance. So, why letter C is the correct answer? So, letter C is the correct answer because distance learning literacy is a multifaceted skill set that extends far beyond simply knowing how to use technology. It encompasses a deep understanding of pedagogical principles adapted for a remote context. So this includes knowing how to design engaging online courses that cater to diverse learning styles, selecting and effectively utilizing appropriate technologies for communication, assessment, and collaboration, creating a supportive and interactive learning environment despite physical separation, managing online communication effectively, adapting assessment methods to suit the online environment, and continually evaluating and improving the learning experience based on students' feedback and performance. So so option C directly addresses this holistic approach to effective distance learning. So why other options are incorrect? So for letter A, the ability to operate software programs on a computer system. So this is a fundamental computer literacy, a necessary but insufficient component of distance learning literacy. So it lacks the pedagogical considerations crucial for effective teaching and learning online. And for the letter B, skills to communicate through visual media like images and charts. So while visual communication enhances online learning, it's only one aspect. So distance learning literacy demands a broader skill set encompassing course design, assessment, and interaction strategies. And lastly, the letter D, using digital tools to connect with people and resources beyond the classroom. So this highlights the technological aspect but omits the crucial pedagogical considerations for designing and delivering effective online learning experience. So again, the correct answer is letter C. So for the number 41, Fielder and Silverman's model um, distinguishes learners based on dimensions such as active versus reflective and sensing versus intuitive. What scenarios reflect an active learners according to this model? So A student prefers to work alone and spend time thinking through concepts before participating in discussions. B students like to focus on abstract theories and spends more time planning than executing tasks. C a student prefers detailed step-by-step instructions over conceptual thinking or broader overviews. And letter D, students prefer to dive into hands-on group activities and processes information while working through problems with others. So, for number 41, the correct answer is letter D. A student prefers to dive into hands-on group activities and processes information while working through problems with others. Because Fielders and Silverman's learning style model identifies active learners as those who prefer experiential learning. So they learn best through doing, engaging directly with the material, and actively participating in the learning process. So they often prefer group work, hands-on activities, and problem-solving exercises where they can immediately apply what they are learning. So, um, why other options are incorrect? So, for letter A, students prefer to work alone and spend time thinking through concepts before participating in discussion. So, this describes a reflective learner who prefers to process information internally before internalizing it. And letter B, students like to focus on abstract theories and spend more time planning than executing tasks. So this aligns with an intuitive learner who prefers big picture thinking and conceptual understanding over detailed step-by-step process. And lastly, letter C, a student prefers detailed step-by-step instruction over conceptual thinking or broad overview. So this is characteristic of a sensing learner who prefers concrete facts and detailed information. So for number 41, the correct answer is letter D. Um, Next is number 42. So the school has assigned a project where you must work with classmates to create a new product that solves an environmental issue in your community. So which approach best demonstrate the application of creativity, collaboration, and problem solving skills? A. Individually searching possible solution and submitting a personal report. B. Brainstorming ideas with your group, respecting different opinions and using each member's strength to design an innovative product. C. Asking your teacher for detailed step-by-step guide on how to create the product and um, and following it exact asa man to sa exactly, and letter D ubos daw lay. Letting and letter D, letting one person in the group do all the work while others observe quietly. So for number 42, the correct answer is letter B. Brainstorming ideas with your group, respecting different opinions and using each member's strengths to design an innovative product. Um, This is the correct answer because this option showcases all three key skills: creativity in demonstrated through brainstorming diverse ideas and designing an innovative product. Collaboration is evident in the group work, respecting different opinions and leveraging individual strengths, and problem solving is inherent in addressing the environmental issue and creating a solution. So why other options are incorrect? So letter A, individually researching possible solution and submitting a personal report. So this focuses solely on individual research, neglecting the collaboration and teamwork aspects of the project. Letter C, asking your teacher for a detailed step-by-step guide on how to create the product and following it exactly. So this approach lacks creativity and independent um, problem solving. So it relies entirely on following instructions. And lastly, letter D, letting one person in the group do all the work while others observe quietly. So this eliminates collaboration and distributes the workload unfairly. So the correct answer for number 42 is letter B. Na lang. Next is number 43. So which steps demonstrate the application of distance learning literacy if the school is transitioning to a distance learning platform and you are responsible for helping both teachers and students adapt to the change? A. Designing a training guide that explains how to use the platform, um, organizing this virtual meeting for practice and encouraging both teachers and students to seek continuous improvement. B. Sending a link to the platform's website and asking everyone to explore it on their own. Um, Letter C, asking the school administration to postpone the transition until everyone is comfortable. Letter D, replacing online lessons with in-person meetings whenever teachers or students face challenges with the platform. So for number 43, the correct answer is letter A. So why letter A? So effective support during a transition to a distance learning platform requires a proactive and comprehensive approach. Designing a training guide provides structured learning, organizing virtual meetings allow for hands-on practice and troubleshooting, and encouraging continuous improvement fosters ongoing adaptation and skills development among both teachers and students. So why other options are incorrect? For letter B, sending a link to the platform's website and asking everyone to explore it on their own. So this is a passive approach that lacks supports and guidance. So leaving individuals to struggle independently. And for letter C, asking the school administration to postpone the transition until everyone is comfortable. So this avoids addressing the necessary adaptation and delays the implementation of distance learning. And lastly, the letter D, replacing online lessons with in-person meetings whenever teachers or students face challenges with the platform. So this negates the purpose of transitioning to a distance learning platform. So for number 43, the correct answer is letter A. Next, number 44. So teacher Nancy notices that a student struggles to retain information from traditional lectures but performs exceptionally well when participating in hands-on lab activities. So based on the work model, what strategy should the teacher apply to support the students' learning? So A, provide detailed written notes and textbooks for the students to review. B, encourage the students to re-listen to lecture recordings multiple times. C, integrate more practical physical activities such as experiments or model building into lessons. D, organize group discussions so the students can process information verbally. So for number 44, the correct answer is letter C. Integrate more practical physical activities such as experiments or model building into lessons. So why letter C is the correct answer? So the VARC model identifies various learning preferences. So these students clearly demonstrate a preference for kinesthetic learning, learning through physical activity and hands-on experience. So therefore, integrating more practical activities directly addresses their learning style, uh, enhancing their understanding and retention. So why other options are incorrect? So for letter A, provide detailed written notes and textbooks for the students to review. So this caters to a reading, writing learning styles. Letter B, encourage the students to re-listen to lectures recordings multiple times. So this caters to an auditory learning style. Letter D, organize group discussions so the students can process information verbally. So this cater to an oral learning style. So the correct for number 44, the correct answer is letter C. So for number 45, who is the American educational psychologist who classified objectives into three domains such as cognitive, affective, and psychomotor? A. Aristotle. B. Benjamin Franklin. C. Benjamin Bloom. D. Jean Piaget. The correct answer for number 45 is letter C. Benjamin Bloom. So why the correct answer is letter C. So Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy is an cornerstone of educational psychology, providing a framework for classifying educational objectives into three domains: the cognitive, the affective, and the psychomotor. So this framework is widely used in curriculum design and assessment. So why other option are incorrect? So for letter A, Aristotle, a renowned philosopher but not known for contributions to educational psychology in this specific area. So Benjamin is a historical figure, not an educational psychologist. And letter D. Jean is a significant developmental psychologist, but his work focused primarily on cognitive development stages, not the specific three-domain classification of educational objectives. So for number 45, the correct answer is letter C, Benjamin Bloom.
All right. So, as we wrap up today's session, I want to take a moment first to reflect on the significant role that the technology plays in our education. So, technology is not just a tool, but a bridge that connects us to endless learning opportunities and resources. And it enables us, rather, to explore new perspectives, collaborate with peers from around the globe, and access information that was once beyond our reach. On the other hand, current trends in education, such as personalized learning and gamification, are leveraging technology to enhance student engagement and motivation. Personalized learning that allows us to tailor educational experiences to individual needs, helping each student progress at their own pace, and introduces elements of game design into learning, making education more fun and interactive. So these innovations are preparing students for the future by developing a critical thinking, problem solving, and digital literacy skills. So as we move forward, let's embrace these technological advancements and current trends and continue to leverage them to make our learning more dynamic, inclusive, and effective. Remember, the future of education is being shaped by our willingness to adopt and innovate. Thank you for your active participation, everyone, and good night. We can now leave the session.